pleasant afternoon to each and everyone. So my name is Grazel Antoinette Villamor Comiling, and for today's video, I will be discussing about the constitutional isomers. So when we talk about constitutional isomers, it is one of the most important topic in organic chemistry. So by the end of this presentation, you will understand what is constitutional isomers are and why they occur in their different types of and examples. And also, you will know how they are named using the IUPAC system and why they are important in chemistry and other fields. So first, let us define what is constitutional isomers. So when we talk about constitutional isomers, they are compounds that have the same molecular formula but different connectivity of atoms. So this means that naga-contain sila og same number and same type of atoms, but ang ilang atom is connected siya differently. So because of this difference in bonding arrangement, constitutional isomers can have different physical and chemical properties even though they share the same molecular formula. Next is molecular formula versus structural formula. So to understand the constitutional isomers, so we need to know the difference between molecular formula and a structural formula. So a structural formula, so it tells us only the number and type of atom present in compounds. So example, makita niyo dira sa baba na ay C4H10. So meaning anay carbon 4 and 10 hydrogen. So kana siya nagrepresenta siya og butane. So on the other hand, a structural formula shows how those atoms are connected to each other. So when we talk about structural, from the word itself, structural, so murag makita nimo siya nga naka-structure jud siya nga okay, carbon, hydrogen, ana jud siya balik makita jud nimo siya nga well structured jud kay siya. So why do constitutional isomers occur? So carbon atoms have the unique ability to form a long chain and a branch. So because ang carbon is kaya niya makabuhat siya into 4 covalent bonds. So when we talk about 4 covalent bond, it is isa ka carbon, isa ka hydrogen sa taas, isa ka hydrogen dire, and at the same time, isa ka hydrogen dire. So that is covalent bond. So as a result, the same molecular formula can be arranged in different ways. Pwede siya ma-arrange in maskin lahi-lahi nga ways. So functional group may also accompany different position within the molecule. So this different arrangement produce different compounds called constitutional isomers. So let us look at our first example, which is the example of butane. So the molecular formula is C4H10, or meaning carbon 4 or 4 carbon and 10 hydrogen. So na siya duha ka constitutional isomers. So the first is the N-butane or the normal butane. So which has a straight chain of 4 carbon atoms. So straight yang chain, straight lang, and naka-contain siya upat ka carbon. Carbon. Then the second is the isobutane, so also known as the 2-methyl propane. So which has a branch carbon chain. So as you can see dira na siya sa mo nang gitawag siya 2-methyl propane. It's because sa ikaduha nga carbon dito naka-attach ang iyahang branch or the methyl. So propane, it's because 5 ang iyahang carbon. So although both compounds have the same molecular formula, their structure are different, so making them a constitutional or chain isomers. So next example is the methane. So the molecular formula is C5 and H12. So contain 5 carbon and 12 hydrogen. So na siya tulo ka constitutional isomers. So first is the N-pentane or the normal pentane, which has a straight chain. Then second is the isopentane, also called 2-methyl butane, which contains 1 branch. And also, last but not the least, the neopentane, also called 2,2-dimethyl propane, so which has a highly branched structure. So this example shows that as the number of carbon atom increase, the number of possible constitutional isomers also increase. So next is the 5 isomers of hexane. So hexane has the molecular formula of C6H14. So naga-contain siya unom ka carbon and 14 ka buok hydrogen. So ang yang 5 constitutional isomers is, first is N-hexane or normal hexane. Second is the 2-methylpentane. Third is the 3-methylpentane. Then fourth is the 2,2-dimethylbutane. Fifth is the 2,3-dimethylbutane. Although these compounds all contain 6 carbon atoms and 14 hydrogen atoms, so ang ilahang carbon skeletons are arranged differently, lahi-lahi silang arrangement sa ilahang carbon. Next is the large carbon chain. So one of the most important rules in naming organic compounds is identifying the longest continuous carbon chain. So when we talk about longest continuous chain or carbon chain, so siya ang pinakataas. Mo na imuhang first thing is imo jung pangitaw ng longest continuous carbon chain. So for example, kaning nasa PPT, the normal hexane. So the longest continuous chain, naka-contain siya 6 ka buok iyahang carbon. So the longest carbon chain determines the parent name. So kung pila ka buok ang iyahang, or kung unsa ka taas or pila ka buok carbon ang present in that muna sample in that percent naga-contain siya unom ka buok carbon. So ang parent name ana is hexane. Kay unuman ang iyahang carbon, so hexane. Naman na siya dito sa katong mga prefix niya. So 6 means hexane. So these are the basis for naming IUPAC name. Muna siya ang basis. First thing first, yun mo button is find the longest continuous carbon chain. So next is the IUPAC naming. So now let's discuss the basic step in naming IUPAC naming. So nadyo siya step, no, of course di makapwede nga mo diretso na lang ka. Nadyo siya step nga gina-follow. So first thing first is identify the longest carbon chain mo tong sa di ba? Longest carbon chain mo na imong kauna ng pangitaon para mabalaan nimo ang iyahang parent name. So next, the second is number the carbon atoms starting from the end nearest the first branch. So ang imong first name, the second imong buhaton is numberan nimo ang carbon atoms, then mag-ihap ka dito ka mag-start sa pinakaduol sa branch. So makita niyo sa screen na siya nakoy mag-present ko example. So naga-contain siya 5 ka buok carbon, and at the same time sa carbon 3 naka-attach ang branch niya. So nana. Third is identify and name the substituents such as methyl or ethyl group. So then 4, and finally assign the lowest possible number to the substituent. So imo siyang i-assign ang number sa iyahang substituent. So physical and chemical properties. So although constitutional isomers have the same molecular formula, so they often have different properties. So they may have different boiling point, melting point, and density, and their chemical reactivity may also differ because the arrangement of atom influence how molecules interact with other substance. So next slide is the importance in agriculture and organic chemistry. So constitutional isomers are very important in many industries, especially in agriculture and organic chemistry. So in drug development, different isomers may produce different biological effects. So nagaproduce siya, so each isomers nagaproduce siya lahi nga biological effect para sa drug development. So in organic synthesis, understanding isomers helps chemists prepare the desired compound. So sa pag-synthesize sa organic, makatabang siya sa mga chemists nga para ma-prepare nila ang desired nga compounds para The next is in agriculture, isomers are used in the development of pesticide, herbicide, and fertilizers. So, they are also important in the petrochemical industry. So, where different isomers are used as fuels and industries chemicals. So, to summarize, constitutional isomers are compounds with the same molecular formula but different connectivity of atoms. So, they are different because ang ilang carbon atom kay naka-arrange siya in different way. And this different arrangement nagaproduce siya carbon with different physical and chemical properties. So finally, the correct EUPAC name is determined by identifying the longest carbon chain, muna siyang first step. Then numbering the carbon atom, muna second, properly. Then naming the substituent and assign the lowest possible number. So, that ends my discussion. Thank you for watching, sir.